Well, it looks like we have our first major gaffe of the 2024 presidential election. This is the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, on with Hugh Hewitt earlier this morning.
Will you be talking about the Uyghurs in your campaign?
The what?
The Uyghurs.
What's a Uyghur?
Okay, we'll come back to that. You won't be. You got to get smart on that.
You gave me homework, Hugh. I'll look at what did you call it, a Weeble?
The Uyghurs. You really need to know about the Uyghurs, Mayor. You got to talk about it every day.
I will search Uyghurs. I'm a good learner. I'm a fast learner.
Yikes, that's embarrassing. It's not a good look. Listen, can we agree that it's not easy to run for president? If you're running as a senator or maybe a former president or a governor, you've got a bit of a leg up. You already know a whole lot of the issues that you're going to deal with. If you're a mayor, even a big city like Miami, clearly there's going to be some national security questions that you're going to fumble. But Uyghurs? I mean, that's something that's been in the news a lot, right? Who hasn't been paying attention to that? I think my teenage kid knows about the Uyghurs. Can he recover from that? Now, when this moment happened, it immediately made people remember Gary Johnson. Remember, Gary Johnson was the governor of New Mexico. He was running as a libertarian in 2016. Basically, he was running as the person that you vote for if you don't want to vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. In fact, I think that was his campaign slogan. It was really long to fit on the bumper sticker, but he made it work. Anyway, he's on with Joe and Mika on MSNBC, and he was asked about the real major problems going on in Syria, specifically in Aleppo. And what did he say?
What would you do if you were elected about Aleppo?
About?
Aleppo.
And what is Aleppo?
You're kidding.
No.
Aleppo is in Syria. It's the epicenter of the refugee crisis.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Well, with regard to Syria...
So Aleppo is the center of a lot of people's concerns across the planet about the terrible humanitarian crisis that's unfolding not only in Syria, but especially in Aleppo. You asked, what is Aleppo? Do you really think that foreign policy is so insignificant that somebody running for president of the United States shouldn't even know what Aleppo is, where Aleppo is, why Aleppo is so important?
Well, no, I do understand Aleppo, and I understand the crisis that is going on.
What's Aleppo? That left a mark, and it made him look unprepared, uninformed, and unaware of what's going on in the world. But I think this one's even worse for Francis Suarez, because he said, what's a Weeble? Didn't even pronounce Uyghur right. It does call into question the qualifications for somebody when they're running for president. I mean, based on the Constitution, the only qualifications are you got to be a naturally born citizen of the United States and you got to be 35 years old. So he checks those marks. But come on, shouldn't you have a basic understanding of some of the major issues that are going on in the world that you're going to have to address should you win the presidency? Also, in the spirit of fair and balanced and equal time, didn't Pennsylvania just elect a guy who probably can't even pronounce Weeble, let alone Uyghur? I mean, we're living in a day and age where John Fetterman can be a United States senator without even being able to complete a full sentence. And that brings us to the president of the United States, who, well, he also can't complete a sentence. And half the times, if he can make his way through a speech, you don't know what he's saying. I mean, I wonder if he knows what the Uyghurs are, or the Weebles for that matter. By the way, Francis Suarez has been doing a lot of media. I've seen him on cable news shows, CNN, and broadcast networks, and questions like this never came up. You see, it takes a really good, informed, intelligent talk show host, like my colleague Hugh Hewitt, to ask some basic questions to actually draw things out of a candidate. But see, those other places, those other media companies, that's not their interest. They're not trying to make sure that this person could be president. They just want to have him say something mean and nasty about DeSantis or Trump because, well, that's all they care about. Also, you got to love how natural and human Hugh Hewitt is at this moment when this mayor of Miami and candidate for president has no idea what the Uyghurs are. I mean, he reacted like any of us would. I mean, what? You really probably should read about this. kind of generous, but also incredibly honest. Nice work, Hugh Hewitt. Good for you.
Will you be talking about the Uyghurs in your campaign?
The what?
The Uyghurs.
What's a Uyghur?
Okay, we'll come back to that. You won't be. You got to get smart on that.
You gave me homework, Hugh. I'll look at what was it? What did you call it? A Weeble?
The Uyghurs. You really need to know about the Uyghurs, Mayor. You got to talk about it every day.
I will talk about. I will search Uyghurs. I'm a good learner. I'm a fast learner.